already come.
and hidden riches of secret places, that thou mayest know that I am the Lord.
Last words, brother.
Shalom, shalom, ma.
All right.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom. All right. Shabbat shalom, Yasharel. Shabbat shalom.
Khan. Happy Sabbath day. Shabbat shalom, Israel. We're back at it again for another week of the Shabbat.
That's right. That's right. Hope you all had a blessed new moon yesterday. Thursday sunset was the new moon, the beginning of it. So
That's right.
Pray that you all really took heart and took part in the righteous act. Celebrating that. The calendar is complete. We're just going under review right now. So again, we'll try to put that calendar out sometime by the end of the week or early next week. So just be patient with us. You know, just gotta go a few more things, and then we'll be ready to hit the road.
That's right.
Have a new calendar. 2025, which our new year begins in March 20th. So you'll see all that as well. All right, everybody got a one up in here, so that means that they can hear us loud and clear. Awesome.
Most time.
All praises. All right, y'all. So the title, The Free Gravy Train is Over. Hey, y'all better buckle your seatbelts up because, man, hey, look, y'all. It's getting ready to get ugly for our people, y'all. Especially the lazy ones.
It's about to go down.
All right, we're gonna go ahead and get into our scripture reading. I'll start off. We'll go back and forth. Go ahead and open up the word to Exodus chapter 20, and we're going to read verses 8 through 11. Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy.
6 days shalt thou labor and do all thy work.
But the seventh day is the Sabbath of the Lord thy God. In it thou shalt not do any work, thou, nor thy son, nor thy daughter, thy manservant, nor thy maidservant, nor thy cattle, nor thy stranger that is within thy gates.
For in 6 days the Lord made the heavens, the earth, the sea, and all that is in them. It said in 6 days the Lord made the heaven and the earth, not Jupiter, Mars, and all these other planets, right? Only 6 days the Lord made the heaven and earth, the sea, and all that is in it, rested the seventh day. He rested the seventh day. Wherefore the Lord blessed the Sabbath day and hallowed it. All right?
That's right. No other day. So he did three things to the Shabbat that he did to no other day. He rested, not because he was tired, but he blessed it and made it holy. That is something that we're going to always have to remember. It ain't no other worlds out there that the Most High created. Ain't no space out there. Ain't no space shuttle. No, what you call that, space station somewhere floating above the firmament. Talking about they floating around and everything and looking at other galaxies and stars and other worlds and seeing aliens and, you know, man, they need to get out here with all that mess.
On the Sabbath day, the work was done. He was done with the work, right? He placed the stars within the firmament, and the stars are not other suns or anything like that, right? 6 days it took the Lord to build the heavens and the earth. And the heaven, according to the scriptures, when you break it down in the Hebrew, that is the sky. That is the sky. That is everything that's in the middle, from the ground to the top of the firmament, right? To the top of the firmament. All right, Doc.
That's right. Hey, y'all, look. So ever since the Orange Man has been in office, y'all, man, that man, I'm telling you, things are being shook up. But but on the real though, we know that it says in Daniel that, you know, the Most High sets up kings and he takes them down. So what I mean by kings, he sets up nations and brings them down. All right. Even though this whole administration is playing into the hands of the Most High, but the Most High is using it to get, let me rephrase that, to whip our people into obedience. And if they do not, and if our people don't wake up in a fast, quick, in a hurry, man, our people are going to die. They are going to die like we've never seen before by the wayside.
Bring it out, Doc.
And they should be, and our people should be thankful, that this is happening. It's going to sting some, but some of the things that are happening that this administration is doing, like getting rid of all the DIs, and they talked about that a long time ago. And for those of you that don't know what these DEIs, it's supposed to stand for diversity, equality, or something like that, and inclusion. So this started back with the left-wing Democratic mess, and trying to get gays, lesbians, hunchback white women, and purple-eating dudes trying to get hired based upon race, religion, and creed. That right there is a bunch of BS, because if you look throughout the scriptures, the Most High chose the best of the best. All right. You qualified, even blemishes. Why do you think it had to be a lamb without blemish? They couldn't just use any sacrifice. It had to be the top of the line, and that's exactly what the Most High has chosen his people, because we were supposed to be the head and not the tail. We were supposed to be the top quality people. When you read in King David's time, if you notice how the government was, King David was not playing. All the other nations were giving gifts to them. If any nations tried to come against Yasharel, King David put them boys in slavery. You know what I'm saying? It said that he even put Esau in slavery and had him watching the gates. So hey, I mean, when we're keeping the laws and we're doing what we're supposed to be doing in the eyes of the Almighty, he will make us the head. But when we're doing the complete opposite, when we're going against the laws of the Most High, well, guess what? He's going to keep kicking our people right up in the asses. And the sad part about it, most of our people are not going to get it. And they're going to continue to groan, mope, and whine about it.
God.
But we're starting to see a change for the good, I pray. And it's not looking good for many of our people. And I'm glad that this is happening, because this is going to help. If not, it's going to help our people to try to at least come together and realize, oh man, damn, I need to start keeping the laws. This is why this is happening to me.
God.
This is why I'm going through all this stuff.
God. This takes a level of introspect on oneself for you to understand that, the things that you're doing are just not working, right? Everything in the scriptures, they seem to come to light. Everything your grandma told you, your grandpa told you, your pop, your mama, all that, right? That old dusty book on their shelf, right, that you studied. Even though that we know the Christianity doctrine is bad, but we know that, it's faulty, right? And a lot of its beliefs, but at the same time, right, you do have conviction of the soul and the spirit to lead you to know of your conscience, to let you know that the things that you're doing is wrong. That is your natural ability to know that you're up under the law of things that you should do that you shouldn't do, right? They say that sin is real attractive, right? If you ever look at these things that, these carnal things that our other brothers and sisters that are doing, right? I mean, a lot of it's carnal, but the carnal things, they feel good. They be out there, getting drunk all night, popping bottles in the club, doing things of that nature that are real carnal, instead of worrying about the things that really matter, which is what? Getting up out of here and getting the kingdom, right? Getting your just deserves. Man, how do you feel, living your whole life and knowing that you can't get any get back? Like somebody just keeps slapping you in the face and there's nothing you can do about it. You just sit there and you just, continuously taking this slap, continuously taking this abuse, and there's nothing you can do about it, right? But if you want to be able to do something about it, right? If you want to be able to get your get back, it behooves every single one of us Hebrews to keep the law, statutes, and commandments. So the Most High, he can avenge us, right? For every wrongdoing that has happened to us, for every sin and wickedness that these heathens have put upon you, right? The Most High, he remembers, right? We got angels, right? And the angels are what? They're watchers and they're recorders. They write down things and they understand the plight that each and every Hebrew is going through, right? So if you're out there living wicked and doing everything that's abominable and things that are a detriment to your soul, the Most High is going to make sure that you're going to have a hard time, because that's what those curses are about. That's what those curses are about, is a hard time. Whenever you see your kids out there doing something they ain't supposed to do and they're just being a disappointment, man, don't you want to whoop they behind? The same thing goes on with the Most High, but on another level that we can't understand, because his thoughts are higher than ours.
That's right.
God, go ahead, Doc.
No, and and this is the thing, in Ecclesiastes 23, it says that the eyes of Yahweh are 10,000 times brighter than the sun, and he sees everything. And that's a good point, because you know, a lot of people, they don't care. It's like they don't even care. If you told them and showed them in the scriptures that, hey, man, we're being recorded. These righteous angels are recording everything. Every word you say, every idle thought, everything is going to be taken in account. But people just don't care. You know, I want to, before Brother Aton shares this video, I want to share a scripture with you all. This is Proverbs is full of wisdom. Proverbs and Psalms is one of my two favorite books. This is Proverbs 13 and verse 4 says, the soul of the sluggard, you know, sluggard means lazy, desires, and has nothing. Why do they have nothing? Because they don't never work for anything. All they want to do, work from home, stay on the computer. They don't want to come into their jobs to work. You know, when Trump told them to get their butts back to work, they complaining now. You know what I'm saying? Just you got a bunch of lazy ass people that don't want to do anything. And sad to say, you know, this is a lot of our people, man, and it's crazy. And it's like we have this, it's like our people have this save me complex. Everybody wants to be delivered on something. Oh, you know, I want to be hired. I want to, you know, I should feel like this because I'm this race or whatever. You know, man, I'm telling you, things are getting ready take a change. It says the soul of the sluggard desires and has nothing, but the soul of the diligent shall be made fat. Why? Because a person who works for themselves, a person who is diligent in their work and sincere. I'm not saying you got to be out there breaking your back and your neck and things like that, but you know, it is nothing worse than someone who's a sluggard. Seriously, they don't want to do anything. I've dealt with people like that, and I cannot stand being around people like that. And I'll call them out, you know. Right. And the reason why, you know, the soul of the diligent shall be made fat is because they're hard workers. All right, they're gonna grind, and we're not talking about just physical work. We're talking about people who's keeping the laws too, you know, and working. Because if you're keeping the laws, if you're truly keeping the laws, commandments and statutes, you're not gonna be a sluggard. You're gonna be one of them touch not workers, boy, because everything that goes against the law, you're not gonna be doing. And one of those things that goes against the law is being a sluggard. All right, bring it out.
Well, just to build on the back of what Brother Daniel was saying, right? You can never, if you desire wealth in this particular world, right now on this earth, you'll never be able to get it by working for the next man. That's number one, right? So if you're out there, you know, you're really trying to get some type of wealth or whatever, and you feel that, you know, hey man, that it's a struggle, you got to look at yourself, because it's the Most High. He's the one that gives the increase, right? The scripture says the Most High is the one that gives the increase, and he's the one that taketh away. So, but if you show yourself to be diligent in keeping the laws, statutes, and commandments, right? You're not a lazy brother, right? You go out and even if you have to work at the white man's job, you gotta look at it like this: other white people working at the job too, right? So it's not particularly a situation where you're like a slave or you know what I'm saying, a situation like this. But take this opportunity to learn everything that you can from this situation that you're in, right? And then build your own, right? Build your own company, right? If you're keeping the laws, statutes, and commandments, not even your enemies will be at peace with you.
That's right.
You'll be able to get that loan that you desire to build your company, right? And I know because I've done it, right? I know because I've done it. So it's not something that you know, that is impossible or something like this, right? You just have to have the head about yourself to do it, right? You can't sit in a house and smoke weed all day and you know what I'm saying, and think, you know what I'm saying, doing this and doing that, and you know, wasting your time on all these women and stuff like that, man. Brothers like that, man, you'll never get anything done. You'll never get anything done. Use the time when you're young, right? When your back is strong, right? Your muscles are taut. You go ahead and work hard, right? Build up everything that you can. So when you get older and maybe, you know, your body is just not as strong as it used to be, right? You can now use your mental and your wisdom,
that's right,
right, to build up the things that you need to build up to be a successful Hebrew in this heathen civilization that we're in, to lead the brothers, to be an example to other brothers and sisters on what to be, on how to circumvent every obstacle that's in your way by keeping the laws, statutes, and commandments. Right? Facts. The keeping of the laws, statutes, and commandments starts with being able to understand and read the book. Right? That's how myself, Brother Daniel, and other Hebrew Israelites that have wisdom are able to transverse through this life, right? With minimal, with minimal effects of these heathen, because you have the wisdom of the scriptures. I promise you, if you go into your life without the wisdom of the scriptures, you're gonna have a hard time.
That's right, and it don't happen overnight, Joshua. We didn't get to where we are just overnight. It takes years of practicing the righteous acts. You got to see, and this is the thing I love about the Almighty. You know, it ain't one of them things where He's gonna wait and see. Okay, if you get it in one day, no, we can. Hey, Jacob had to labor 14 years just to get Rachel.
Con.
You see what I'm saying? And after the 7 years, but he was faithful and he did it though. You know, in order to truly understand the law and be close to the Most High, we're going to be tested. He's going to make sure that you're in it for the long run. You know, it's going to mean putting in some years of keeping the laws, commandments, and statutes. You know, if you've been in for 3 or 4 years, that ain't nothing. If you've been in for 10 years, that ain't really nothing. You've been in for 20 years, that ain't really nothing. Because what is 20 years to the Most High? This thing is going to be a lifetime. We're going to have to spend all the rest of our lives keeping these laws, commandments, and statutes.
Eternity, actually, if you make it to the kingdom.
Eternity, yeah. But as far as on this earth, you know, if we don't, if you know, y'all forbid, we don't die before our time, you know, and not see the coming, yeah, eternity. But for the time being, hey, you got to put in that work. You got to stop trying to set dates and stuff and falling out to people talking about, oh yeah, we going in the second Exodus tomorrow, oh, next year, no, the year after. Look, make haste and keep the laws, y'all. Don't worry about none of that stuff. You know, occupy until comes, you get out, work hard, try to make the best of what this place is, you know, for yourselves and for your descendants, so that you can have some land or house or whatever to pass on to your children, so they can do the same thing. Because we don't know how long we're going to be here. We don't know when things are going to come. We don't know when we're going into the wilderness. It could be another 1,000 years from now. We don't know that.
But it is indeed coming, though. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Right? Every day that goes by shortens the time of the Most High is coming, and that's one thing you could bet on. Every day that passes is a day closer to the coming of the Most High. Right. So, you know, in contention with this lesson, right? It says the free gravy train is over, right? We see that we got this guy Trump, this heathen in office. He's you know, he's cut down, right? You know what I'm saying? He's back. He's in there. He's cutting down on everything that these other people were in the office doing before. A lot of wickedness, a lot of folks being in, you know, doing things that they, you know, being in a position they shouldn't be, to try to push this agenda of faggotry, transgenderism, women being equal to men, and all this kind of foolery, right? But you know, like Brother Daniel says, right, the gravy train is about to stop.
Mr. President, there have been some warnings or messages that government websites will be shut down this evening to scrub them of DEI content. Can you confirm if that's accurate? Government websites, will be shut down this evening to scrub them of DEI content. Can you confirm whether that's accurate and if there are any concerns?
I don't know. It doesn't sound like a bad idea to me. DEI would have ruined our country, and now it's dead. I think DEI is dead. So if they want to scrub the website, that's okay with me. But I can't tell you. I guess probably certain people handle it certain ways. But I'll tell you who's very happy about it: the military. The real leaders, the real generals in the military, they're very happy about it. Doug is very happy about it. He's got a big group of people that are going to be working for him, really starting right now. He just got signed up, and they're very happy about it. He had a lot of DEI, everybody did, but he has not been a fan. It was really hurting our country badly. It's costing a lot of money too. You see the kind of money we're talking about? Hundreds of millions of dollars for nonsense. Now we have our country back now. Our country is back, and it's a nice thing to say. I've never seen such love. I've never had anything like it. I've never seen anything like it. People are coming up, sir, thank you for bringing our country back. We were losing our country, and I think we're stronger now than we've been in many, many decades.
Now, you know what's weird about that situation is that I hate to do this, right? But you know, there was a study done, right, of the amount of people that voted for whoever. Now, you know, we got a 93% rate of so-called of our people, right, of the women in our nation that voted for Kamala Harris, right? Now, not that it really matters, right? But it just shows the mindset of our people, right? Like we don't, so we've strayed so far of what the biblical order is, right? That we had 93% of our women saying that they would rather be ruled over by a woman than a man, right? I mean, like, come on now, we have to really think about the situation it is. Now we have women of wisdom in our community, of course, to keep the laws, statutes, and commandments, so they understand what that really means. But that means that altogether that we're going to have a issue, right, within the community, right? We're going to have an issue within the community because of this particular mindset is going on. Now, every time you look up and you see, these people talking about, let's say whatever, Trump said, hey man, there's only two genders, and and this, that, and the third, and he's getting rid of enemies that were working against him, and these things and that. Every time you look up there, there's always some woman complaining about something, right? Now it has become a situation where we see now that the women, they feel threatened because I would say that a man is in charge, and they're gonna and they feel that he's about to stop a lot of this foolishness that has been going on. Just like he fired that woman that was supposed to be head of the the Coast Guard or whatever it was, some DEI hire, some moronic. I mean, like, how are you gonna? Let's just be real. Even when you go to the scriptures, right? All the men that were fighting, right? All the men that was war. All the armies, right? They were filled up with men, right? They were filled up with 100% men. Like, there shouldn't be a situation where you have and forgive me for what I'm saying this, but I'm just going to keep it real, right? There never should be any kind of position that we see in America or whatever, like on TV, where you have these women being able to question men. Like, why is that? Why is that a thing? When you look in the scriptures, that is never a thing. The only time a woman tried to question a man was when Miriam tried to question Moses in the scriptures, and what happened to her? She got kicked out of the camp for a week, and she got turned into a leper. Right? These things are not the, why would a man take any kind of questioning from somebody that is not physically stronger than him, or any kind of situation? We've already known from the beginning of the earth, we always see that the strongest survive. That's why we have certain species of animals out there, right? Because it is always the strongest that survive, right? So when we start going towards a place where now we just want to give everybody a damn chance, right? Now look what we have. Everybody's naked online, right? We had a billion genders out there. You know what I'm saying? Some pansexuals and all this foolishness, right? Absolute wickedness untold. And we know that the Most High is the one that puts people in the chair of power.
It's crazy because, like, we didn't always start off this way. So when Brother Aton was bringing up about the fact that women in the military, so Vietnam was the first time, well, actually World War II, they used women, but but women were not enlisted into the military. They were only used as nurses to help wounded soldiers. And same with Vietnam. It wasn't until after Vietnam that the Army started allowing women to come into the forces and fight alongside with the men. And even now today, they're having a hard time in these infantry units because they cannot cope with it, because they cannot pass the physical aptitude test, anything like that. So it's been a big struggle for them. But it lets you know that, hey, there's certain things that are geared for men, and there's certain things that are geared for women. And this nation has lost its ways, because there was a time where when you look at all your grandmothers and beyond that, they knew the importance of Titus 2:12. They knew what it took to train their daughters, what have you, and prepare them for marriage. But now we're living in a time now where when you have 78, almost close to 80% of household mothers that are so-called Israel, that raising their kids, unwed mothers, you gotta sit back and wonder, man, this is why all this stuff is happening. And this is like just years of buildup, years of losing your way, years of not being checked. We're talking about, at least almost 4 generations, almost 7 generations of not being checked. That's crazy, y'all. And when you look at it, when you go through so long not being checked, and you grow up, these sisters grow up into that, and these brothers grow up into that, it's the reason why you have 93% of the votes to Kamala Harris that it came from black women. There's no surprise, because we have lost our way. We have lost our way as a people. All right. And so now we have this, we have this whole thing that's so out of order that the Most High is setting up certain heathens and positions, to work to his plan. So all of them are playing into the hands of the Most High. But, it's going to be our people who are going to get chastised the most from it, because we are a chosen people. And when you are a chosen people, well, who has to get punished the hardest? In a sense, it's us, because we already know that the heathens are gone. They're done. It's a wrap for them. They're not getting the kingdom. They're not going through any other gates. They're going to be slaves. All right. It's not about them. It's about us. And as long as our people are continuing to have this mindset, this independent mindset, and they want to do what they want to do, and they want to buck up against the men, they want to buck up against the Most High's laws, well, guess what? Most High is going to continue to let them, but it's not going to be a pretty sight. But just know that it's going to come with serious repercussions to our people. And hey, this is something that we have to put out. We have to say this.
The funny thing is, go ahead.
No, I was just saying it's prophesied, that this is going to happen. So,
as much as this is disappointing, right? We know that there are going to be some few sisters that's going to get it, few brothers that's going to get it, right? But where we can see right now Isaiah 4:1 coming into play, right now, right? Sisters have their own. We can't tell them what to do. They won't listen. They think they know better than the men. It's just it's just a situation that we're in. So let me go ahead and play this clip right quick.
So they have actually been the party of dehumanizing. They project their insecurities, and we're always going to cover it, because I think it should be called out. Now, it's gotten so bad with this debate, they are accusing President Trump of making this entire DEI about race. He's the one that's calling black people DEI hires. And of course, they can't prove it. And so let me show you an example of this stupid argument.
Hold on.
Now, before he starts, right, the whole thing that is detestable about DEI, as we see, is that it's not really about merit. It's not about your skills, right? It's about filling a hole, because you're scared of some kind of sanction or some kind of infraction or fine, because you don't have enough of this amount of people hired at your particular establishment, right? And then and this is exactly how we have all of these mistakes and things of that are going on. For example, right, when you go down to California, right, you had that woman down there that was running a situation, a DEI hire, right? Don't know what the hell's going on. They don't even have water in the hydrants. How you let 40,000 houses burn down in a day, right? This kind of stuff is insane, right? You got people running a situation that are not qualified, right? Then you had the one fire chief talking about if I got to come in there, even though she knew that she didn't have enough power to carry the man out. Well, you shouldn't have been in that position. You shouldn't have been in there. You shouldn't have been in a dangerous place, and that's what you get. What? Right? This is kind of the insanity that we have starting to push in the American eyes, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, this is, like on social media, right? What is, you know what I'm saying? Like, the real problem is social media, right? Social media has given a voice to the retards, to the idiots, to the stupid people, to the people that should have stayed in the closet. You should have shut the hell up. I don't want to hear your dumbass ideas. Those people now, they have a voice, right? You can just say something online or say any kind of stuff in there, and now people are listening. Anytime you go online and you listen to these talk shows and stuff, what do they have? They got hoes. They got hoes on there. Only fan hoes. And why the hell are we listening to what they have to say? Right? None of this stuff makes sense. I don't want to hear what a hoe has to say. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think any brother wants to hear what a hoe has to say on what they think what a man is. No, we want to hear the women that are in the library read it. We want to hear the women that are quiet. We want to hear the women that understand that their value comes from sexual discipline, right? Something that's valuable, it does not be had by a bunch of men. That makes you not valuable at all. Like, you know, it's just like currency, right? When you see currency, when the dollar goes up in the market, what does that mean? That it's not being spent because it's rare, right? That's what it means. It's the same thing. When gold goes up in the market, that means people are holding on to their gold and the prices are driving up because it's just more expensive to get it. It's the same thing. It's the exact same thing. But for now, right, we have, look at this now, right? Now, before I even play this clip, look at what we got going on. We got an Israelite woman up there running her stupid ass mouth. Now, now the thing that I have a problem with is, where are the men? Where are the brothers at? Why are we letting this continue? Why are they getting on TV? Who's allowing this to happen? Either this is some kind of psyop of some sort, right, to try to bring down our community, to try to you know, prop these women up that are in our community, to they're trying to make us look stupid, right, to bring us down. Because every time one of these knuckleheads are on there, boy, man, I'm telling you, they saying everything that we don't want them to say. Right? How you gonna you know what I'm saying, buck against somebody? You know, Trump's like, hey man, you know, no more DEI, no more faggots and homosexuality, and no more you know what I'm saying, and all these illegal immigrants that can't speak English, they can't say you know, they can't you know, say the Pledge of Allegiance or any of this stuff. None of this, you know what I'm saying? Hey, all these people that should be allowed over here. Yes. Let's just magnify all the wickedness. Why is it our people on the front lines of wickedness? Meanwhile, while you got the heathen that was beating our ass for 400 years, right? Meanwhile, telling us, you know what I'm saying, making us look like that we need to go back in slavery because we don't know how to freaking act. Right? It's just, you know, like the stuff that I see is just straight up insane. You would think that the people that have been downtrodden for all of these years, they will be down for righteousness and doing the right thing. Right?
You would think.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, the free gravy train for wickedness is over with.
Hold on. You talk. Now let me make a point. I have not heard from the Trump administration. I've listened to every one of Donald Trump's press conferences since he took office. I listened to all Pete Hegseth's press conferences and Sean Duffy's. I didn't hear any of them say that if somebody who was black, blue, red, green, short, tall, female, male, whatever, got a job, it was because of lowered standards. I didn't hear that. You're changing
they are saying that.
No, they didn't.
They are saying that. It is called a dog whistle. They are saying that. In 2020, it was Black Lives Matter, right? In 2022, it was CRT. In 2024, it was woke. And now in 2025, it is DEI. All of that is
you just can't give it, but you're the one making this about race. They're the ones making it about merit.
They're the one that's making Leland. They're the ones that are making this about race. Now I didn't know you want to do this dance with me tonight. You should have told me I would have wore different dance shoes. They are making this about race. Every time I turn around, they're talking about DEI. They're making this about race.
Why? Okay, hold on. You're the one conflating. Hold on. Let me finish.
No, I'm not.
Let me finish. Okay? You're the one who's saying DEI equals race. They're the ones who say, we don't want DEI. It doesn't matter about race. We want merit.
No, but they're turning around in a backhanded way. See, you need to come on and travel through the Black community with me and have this conversation in the Black community. I want to invite you to do that because most Black people understand what is going on here.
Okay, so they're going to lose this argument every single time. We know they've always made it about.
Okay, right. Hey, I want y'all to notice something. Number one, right, look at the kind of sister that they had up there. Right? Hey, this has got to be some sort of psyop, right? And our own people can't see it, right? These sisters, they just be so happy to get some sort of you know, some kind of illusion of power that they could be on there talking with the white man. You know what I'm saying? I mean, like, why are you arguing up there? That's exactly why brothers are not really interested in the sisters. This is why they score so low on these dating apps. They make them look combative. They make the sisters look combative. Just look at that, man. She's up there arguing with those white folks and stuff like that. I can't hear nothing. You know what I'm saying? Purposely trying to overspeak him when the man said, hold up, man, let me finish. Purposely tried to, just couldn't shut up. Just had to get in another extra, say something else, right? This is what they're doing on purpose. They're purposely portraying our people to look like idiots. Meanwhile, right, What are you doing over there? Only thing she's doing on the low, without even knowing it, right? She's supporting wickedness. Right? You support, how are you going to let the heathen have more righteousness than you? And you are Hebrew and you're supposed to be a child of God, right? You see how this continuously makes us look stupid. And then the more we let these clowns talk for us, you know, the men, right? The men that we don't get down with it, because we know that the men in the community, it said that the majority of the black men, they voted for Trump, right? They voted for the stop of the women leadership, right? The stop of the DEI, right? The stop of women trying to, you know, kill the children, you know what I'm saying, and stuff like, you know what I'm saying, of this nature, right? Things that are righteous, right? But women, you want to be able to have indiscriminate sex and kill babies, right? The gravy train is over, right? The gravy train is over. You want to just be able to come to the job and think just because you, you know, you black or this, that, or the third, that you want to get a management position. And the only thing you ran is your mouth at the damn McDonald's drive-thru. We have a lot of foolishness that's going on out here, right?
And this is why people are having a hard time, because see, now that things are not going their way. See, we've been spending the last almost 7 generations of people having their way, all right, using their race as a tool to try to power themselves in, not being qualified, you know, in these positions. And so when you go so many years getting your way and everything, all of a sudden this happens, you're gonna throw a fit. And that's what we're seeing right now. People are throwing a fit. Even where I'm at, you know, these civilians are angry, boys. Some of them got fired, they had to leave. And now a lot of them got to take this buyout because they getting ready to lose the positions. And if they don't take this buyout, they're gonna lose out. If you know, and then the only thing they're gonna have left is until like September of this year. And that's it. And they ain't get no benefits. So they can either take the buyout and get some of the benefits, or wait till September and get nothing at all and just finish out their pay. Ooh, boy.
Come on, man.
Hey, if our people don't learn today, they gonna learn soon enough, right?
Bring it out, up.
They don't learn today, man. Our people gonna learn. They're gonna learn soon enough. And soon can't get here enough, quick enough, y'all. It just don't make no sense. And like Brother Aton was bringing out earlier, you would think, you know, all these years getting shot down by the popo, getting our heads beat in from every single nation on the earth, including our own. You know, you would think that our people would have turned to the laws by now, and you know, keeping the Shabbat and keeping the feast. But no, it don't got worse, and they still doing the same thing. They still running the pastor pork chop. Marching around, getting picket signs and marching around neighborhoods and stuff in booty shorts. Men, you know, this is disgusting. It's ridiculous. And still crying for a handout. Man, that's insanity, man.
Let me see. Do I want to get this? Let me bring out one more video before I bring out the scripture in 1 Samuel. Hold up, Israel.
Yeah.
This is my last one. This is a little video I wanted to play.
DEI is seemingly dead, keeping with the campaign promise made by President Trump. On day one, the new president signed an executive order eliminating federal DEI programs. DEI stands for diversity, equity, and inclusion. Now, the federal government, the largest employer in our country, will set a new tone for other companies. Newsnation's Rich McHugh is live with how this is likely to trickle down, Rich, to other workplaces.
Hi, Nicole. So one incoming Trump official says that private businesses should be on a wait and see, that there are more actions coming soon. And as you mentioned, this has been a campaign promise from the Trump administration and Trump himself. Since the beginning, he promised that he would terminate diversity, equity, and inclusion programs. And now those DEA policies, they're going away. In his inaugural speech yesterday, President Trump said the new policies will be colorblind and merit-based, and also made clear the new federal position, there are two genders.
This week, I will also end the government policy of trying to socially engineer race and gender into every aspect of public and private life. We will forge a society that is colorblind and merit-based. As of today, it will henceforth be the official policy of the United States government that there are only two genders, male and female.
Now, in the executive order, President Trump called them, quote, illegal and immoral discrimination programs within our federal government. It states, quote, the Biden administration forced illegal and immoral discrimination programs going by the name Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion, DEI, into virtually all aspects of the federal government in areas ranging from airline safety to the military. This is a major shift from President Biden overturning the DEI policies, which he put in place on day one of his administration, the Biden administration. In a call with reporters Monday, one incoming Trump official says it will direct the Office of Management and Budget personnel to end illegal mandates preferences. They said it is limited to federal government employees, of which there are 3 million. But we have already seen a shift with some big companies moving away from these practices. Walmart, Meta, Amazon, even McDonald's is reportedly moving away from this, Nicole.
Yeah, and we expect likely to be more companies doing the same. All right. Rich McHugh live for us. Rich, thank you. Thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to
Still there? I don't think I can hear anything.
Hey, Salakia. All right. I was just talking to myself just now.
Yeah, I didn't see you. I didn't see your equalizer moving at all. So
God. So we have diversity, equity, and inclusion, right? You know, like Brother Daniel says, right? Hey, man, the gravy train is over. It's no more getting hired just because you look a certain way or they need a particular situation. And right, to be honest with you, right, when we lead, when Israel lead and the Most High comes back, when the Most High sends his son back to the earth, right, for the 1,000-year reign, right, we're not going to be having a DEI situation, right? The people that's going to be working and the ones that's going to be in the top situation, it's going to be Israel that's going to be leading, right? The Israel is going to be leading. So I don't understand where you come up with this, false idea where you're going to be into a land that's not yours, right? A land that you did not conquer, and you think you're supposed to have any kind of position of power within the company of a so-called, one of these heathens that are been made to rule over you by the Most High, right? And see, this is how our people, we lack faith. Right now, it'll be different if you're out there making your own business, doing your own thing, and even if you are in the land of the heathen, right, you're doing your own, right? You got heathens that you're hiring, right? And this is purely off the strength of the Most High.
That's right.
Right now, we got some brothers out there that are doing it, and even though they don't know the Most High, they out there doing it, but that's because they're not lazy, right? And the Most High says what? He is generous to the good and to the wicked. All right. So it says diversity, equity, inclusion are organizational frameworks which seek to promote the fair treatment and full participation of all people, particularly groups who have historically been underrepresented to subject to discrimination on the basis of identity or disability. These three notions, diversity, equity, and inclusion, together represent three closely linked values which organizations seek to institutionalize through DEI frameworks. The concepts predate this terminology, and other variations sometimes include terms such as belonging, justice, accessibility, as such frameworks such as inclusion and diversity, equity, inclusion, belonging, justice, and so forth and so on. Right now, the thing that is weird about this particular framework, right, is that let's say, for example, it promotes let me see, how can I say this, right? It provokes weakness for our people, right? That'll be the best word to use, right? It promotes weakness and the in the clamor to want to be to belong to these heathen, right? That's what it does, right? You want to you want to get into the white man's movie, right? That the white man is thought of his own mind, right? His own universe. And you want to complain, right? Because the Little Mermaid is white. And you think there should be a black Little Mermaid. The author, right? The creator of the Little Mermaid is a white man. You know what I'm saying? There's somebody, is a heathen. Right? They have, when they first created that, they had no kind of, they pictured their people, right? Which is right. There's nothing wrong with that. That's what they're supposed to do. Picture their people as the mermaid and this, that, and the third. Right? I don't want to see a black Superman. We already got one. Yahushua, right? Hamashiach. Right. I don't want to see these heathen superheroes. All we have to do is go down to history, and then guess what? Let's make a some kind of comic book on Samson, and then how he was a great warrior,
exactly.
or the adventures of David. You know what I'm saying? And his generals, and how he was killing people. 800. You know what I'm saying? The generals were killing 800 warriors with one spear. Right, man. We have all kinds of things that we can come up with. Right, all kinds of things that we can get as a people. Right, but we don't want to do that. Right, we want to rely on the white man, and you want to be a black Jedi. Why come there ain't no black people in this movie? I want DEI. It's just absolute madness, right? It just promotes weakness in our people, the ability to be creative, to be innovative, and to think of things our own universe that we should, that we can have. Man, we got brothers and sisters running around here talking about Wakanda. A white man thought of that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? A white man thought of Wakanda. Y'all over there, y'all wearing shirts and y'all want to be the Black Panther, and that's some iteration out of the white man's mind.
Dressing up in some Hamite attire and all kinds of stuff, boy. Nose rings, lip rings.
Man, hey, think about how many people were there doing that cross chest sign when they came out of the theater, right? You know what I'm saying? Y'all was moved by the creativity in the mind of a white man. Our people are truly destroyed for a lack of knowledge. Right? It truly hurts to see the stupidity of our people on a daily basis. Why do you don't want to create anything of your own? Because you're too busy trying to be alone. You know what I'm saying? You're too busy trying to belong. You're too busy trying to be like the heathen. The scriptures tell you to come out of her, my people. Be not partaker of her sins.
Mm-hmm. And I hate to say this though, but and I hate bringing this up all the time, but it's like our people were more together in captivity than they were any other time.
God,
even though our people were going through and getting their backs beat in and what have you, but you had brothers that were sticking together and with uprisings. I'm telling you, during when they had the chains on, there were more uprisings than they want to give us credit for. These brothers wasn't just laying down and taking it easy. They were coming together. Man, they were stomping. They were stomping these slave masters. They wasn't just trying to bend over and let them just do whatever they wanted to. It's like our people had more unity, but now it's gone. Completely destroyed.
This is
nothing else to say after this.
God, this is where your mental should be, right? Every single one of us when we're in this position, right? You got to see that these heathen have the power to do whatever they want to you, right? And then instead of you looking toward the heathen like a gift horse mouth, right? You're just, oh, white man, give me please. Oh, white man, save me, right? Y'all need to be looking toward the Lord. The book of Samuel, 1 Samuel chapter 2. And Hannah prayed and said, my heart rejoiceth in the Lord. Mine horn is exalted in the Lord. My mouth is enlarged over mine enemies, because I have rejoiced in thy salvation. Right? Our sisters, they're not praying to the Lord. Right? They don't think they don't think they're amongst their enemies. They would rather rock the hair of the enemy. They'll rock the ways of the enemy. Right? They don't pray. They'll rather buck up against the man and say, I'm gonna wait till I'm 35 before I try to. Never mind, let me just. There is none holy as the Lord, but there is none beside thee. Neither is there any rock like our God. Right? Talk no more so exceedingly proud. Let not arrogancy come out of your mouth, for the Lord is a God of knowledge, and by him actions are weighed. The bows of the mighty are broken, and they that stumbled are girded with strength. They that were full have hired out themselves for bread, and they that were hungry ceased, so that the barren hath borne 7, and she hath many children, is waxed feeble. Man, when do we have the sisters like you say that talk with this kind of knowledge and wisdom? And you know, so this is what brothers is looking for. You know what I mean? For women to get married to, right? To help raise and run the houses. These women of knowledge and able to understand they need to pray to the Lord, right? In order to gain wisdom and to keep the faith. The bows of the mighty men are broken, that they are stumbled and girded with strength, that they were full, have hired out themselves for bread, and they that were hungry ceased. So that the barren hath borne 7, and she that hath many children is waxed feeble. The Lord killeth and maketh alive. He bringeth down to the grave and bringeth up. The Lord maketh poor. What does that say? It said the Lord maketh poor. So if you're ever wondering why you're in the circumstances where you're in, it's because the Lord put you there. That's why you're poor. That's why your mama poor, your family poor. It's the Lord put you there. And then you could look back and see why you're poor. You notice that what? Every single one of your family members, y'all ain't kept no commandments. Y'all niggas is wicked, right? Just because a few have slipped through the cracks and been brought up by Satan to be a temptation to Israel, to do wickedness, to try to succeed, right? That's the trick. Right, that's the trick to have you thinking that, oh man, well maybe I could sell the drugs to be the next come up guy. Man, how many people that really sell drugs out there really make that much money like that? Right? There's only a few, like 1 or 2. You hear the big timers, right?
And then you selling drugs. Then you selling drugs to your own people. You know, and that's even worse.
And the rest of them die, or they get killed, or they get football numbers behind the cell. Right? Said the Lord maketh poor. The Lord maketh poor, and maketh rich. Right? He bringeth low and lifteth up. He raiseth up the poor out of the dust and lifteth up the beggar from the dunghill to set him among princes. So that means that no matter how poor and whole, no matter how bad your circumstances is right now, right? If you don't have faith in the Lord, right, you will never be able to raise up. But if you do have faith in the Lord, he'll be able to raise you up to the point where he will set you among the princes. You right now, you might be in your mama basement, right? You may be 35 and still home. You might be struggling, right? For your sisters, now I want you to be 35 and still home if you're not married. You need to stay, I don't care till you die. If you ain't got a man, you need to be with your parents. As far as the brothers out there, right? The Lord can raise you up from the dunghill if you keep the law, statutes, and commandments. It says, for the pillars of the earth are the Lord's, and he has set the world upon them, right? Now, see, even the sisters back in the day, man, you know, they know that the earth was what? It's flat, set upon pillars, not floating off in the middle of nowhere in the middle of the space, right? It says, he will keep the feet of his saints, and the wicked shall be silent in darkness, for by strength shall no man prevail. And where does our strength lie? Our strength lies in the Lord, in Yahweh. Right? It says the adversaries of the Lord shall be broken.
Oh, my bad. Go
No,
ahead.
you good up. It
No,
says,
go ahead.
God, it says the adversaries of the Lord shall be broken to pieces. Out of heaven shall he thunder upon them. The Lord shall judge the ends of the earth, and he shall give strength unto his king and exalt the horn of his anointed. This is the type of mind frame that we need to be on, right? Sisters, right? Sister Hannah prayed this, right? So this is the type of mind frame you need to be on, not trying to get along with the heathens and you know, you want to try to get a career and all this other stuff. Meanwhile, the heathen is raising up the damn children. You say you want to put your baby daddy on welfare instead of getting along with him, right? These are what the heathens want us to do. So we stay separated, and we're going to stay in the sunken place until we come together as a people, until we get right and understand the role and the way that the Most High has got this thing set up. Man, we're going to stay suffering.
And I wanted to bring out something Brother Eitan brought out earlier about rocking the weaves. And y'all do your research on this. But do y'all know that this hair, before it comes to the United States, it is sacrificed unto idols? Did y'all know that? These hair that these women are wearing go through a ceremonial, sacrificial ceremony of wickedness. And you wonder why a lot of our people are crazy as hell. They're wearing these spirits on their heads. And that stuff is seeping right down into their skull. See, you have no idea. Like when you're dealing with spirits and you mess with this kind of stuff, y'all. I mean, this stuff will come back to bite you. This is why the Most High told us to stay away from any kind of divinations, anything that was sacrificed to idols. Period. So I just wanted to bring this out because, you know, you can tell our people, hey, this stuff is sacrificed, you know, before idols, but they won't care. They will not care one iota. They'll continue to wear it.
Bring it out.
And you know, that's when you know we have gotten to a point of no return with our people, because they just don't care.
Man, remember I telling you, man, my homegirl tell me, she tell me, the blonde wigs are the most expensive wigs, right? They say them things be going for like $300 to $500 minimum. You know what I mean? Like the quality ones, like if you get a lengthy one, right? So I mean, I just cannot believe that our people, man, are going to work, because hey, I know like most of them ain't out there ain't making no money like that, right? So let's say even if it was $300, right? Hold on, man. Let me tell you this up real quick. Let's see. 300.
500 for a wig and plus another 500 to put in your head.
So let's say if you work $25 an hour, right? And that's like, you know, let's say if you got $25 an hour out there, right? And I know most of our people, they ain't making that. I'm just gonna keep it 100. Right? Most of our people can't even pull that in. Right? So let's say even if you would make it $25 an hour, that would take you 12 hours. Right? That's almost a day and a half of work that you would have just to buy one damn wig. Come on, man, that's crazy. You know what I'm saying? You laboring hard for the white man at the white man's job just to get white man's hair. Yes, that's just, yo. And then it'd be these heathens selling it to you too, right? It's not like you even buying it from your own people, right? You're buying it from heathens. You know what I'm saying? And you know what the heathens think when they look at y'all? I bet you, man, the heathens got to just think like, damn, you know, we winning. We winning. Y'all think that these heathens out there, they think that y'all look good, or you think that all of a sudden that, you know, they don't know that's not your damn hair? That's the thing that I don't understand. Like, you don't think that stuff just looks bad on our community? They look at you and they see that and they just like, why the hell they, you know, they don't say nothing about it, because who gonna, you know, so let's just be real. This day and age, who really gonna check the sisters? They out of control, right? You might end up getting into a fight. What the hell? What kind of femininity is that going on? They're not gonna say nothing, but you out there, man, you done got some lace front wigs, some you got to glue that junk down to your hair. How you got to glue it on? Got your natural God-given hair that is, I mean, like straight, literally identical God-given from hair. Y'all rather let that suffocate underneath that nasty dog hair than represent the Most High. It's just crazy to me when I think about this stuff, right? I'm like, man, what is really going on with our community? I've never seen that in the scriptures. Man, you don't read back in the scriptures to see Hannah, she tried to do this, or Rachel, or Bill, or any of these folks. Now I can understand the eyelashes. I mean, you know, all the heathen women do eyelashes. That's you know, everybody, you know, the women just said no, natural, they just like full eyelashes. I don't care about that too much. You know what I'm saying? But it's more so the fact of trying to emulate another race rather than trying to be who God has created you, which is the greatest race on the earth. Man, I just heard this heathen the other day, man. They was online, and you know, they always have this stuff of, you know, if you die, you know, and you reincarnated, what would you rather come back as? Every damn heathen I hear say that. They always say they want to come back black because they know that we the best. Right? They say we the funniest, the fastest, the most athletic, the smartest, you know, all this other stuff. Man, they know what time it is. Every heathen says that. Even though they have all kinds of opportunities in this world right now with their own particular race. Right? They have all the opportunity, but still for some reason, they come back knowing that all the opportunity they have being their particular race, they would still rather be black. Or so-called black, or, you know, a chosen child, the Israelite, because they know there's something special about you. But it's hard to tell these days with so much wickedness on the earth, especially with our people at the forefront of it. Every time you look up, right?
It's crazy. Crazy. And like I always say before, you know, the bottom line is it's going to boil down to our people getting back to these laws, commandments, and statutes. I know we sound like a broken record. You hear that from us all the time, but you know, our people are doing everything else except for keeping the commandments, and that's the problem.
Now, if anybody has a disagreement, you think that you know, that things is about to get better for our people, you don't think that, you know, the other shoe's about to drop, go ahead, click the link. Now, let's go ahead and put it up here on the thing, right? If you got something to say, right? But you know, if you have any kind of disagreements with us, right? But
gravy train is over, y'all. Hey, all this time for sympathy and you better hire me. You better hire me because I don't, even if I'm not qualified, you better hire me just because I'm black. You better hire me. Man, these folks don't gotta hire you. What makes you think these folks gotta hire you? They're gonna hire their own people. And this is what's wrong with Israel today. And this is why our people are in the situation that they're in, because they keep begging the white man for a job instead of trying to go to school or go get a trade, learn a skill, learn how to work on some cars or learn some electrician work or something like that. Go learn a trade so you can work for your own selves. So that way you can set your own hours. And then you can put out there on your business card, hey, you know, certified electrician. And people be calling you up left and right, especially heathens. And guess what? You can charge them whatever you want.
Brothers, right?
Our people don't want to do that though. Our people don't want to do that. They rather work up in some white man's building.
I want to tell brothers something, right? Because the sisters need help with this, right? Because for some reason I know they struggle with their natural beauty, right? So all you brothers that are out there, make sure you pass the word, right? When you see sisters wearing their natural hair, right, please be sure to give them compliments, right? We got to start small, right? The brothers, we got to start, you know, building up the sisters, because a lot of sisters, man, they grow up without fathers telling them that they're beautiful, right, with their natural hair. So, you know, they got their mothers out there because they don't know no better. They put that damn weave and wig in their hair. I know y'all seen the videos of them doing it to the little girls earlier and earlier, right? But you brothers out there, right, you need to tell the sisters that rock their natural hair, locks, afros, right, plaits, stuff like that, natural hair, right? Hey, man, tell them they look beautiful, right? Even if you get the stank look or whatever the case may be, so what? Don't let it deter you, right? You need to let the sisters know that they look good in their natural form, right? So we got to start small, right? And we had to keep on, you know, slowly building up our community, right? But, you know, it starts there, right? Because it'll be easier for us to, you know, catch bees with honey, right, than to, you know, to go, you know, I don't want you to come on and say, oh, you got that damn weave in you. You know what I'm saying? Hey, man, if you see sisters with weave in their hair, right, hey, ignore them sisters, right? Ignore them sisters. Don't even pay no attention to them, right? They're looking all crazy. Hey, brother, that's not for you, right? Don't even pay no attention to her. But you see the sisters with the natural hair, right? Sooner or later, right? They'll get it, because they'll be around when you complimenting the sister with the natural hair, and then they don't get the compliment, and they wonder what's going on, and then all of a sudden they're well, you know, I should probably take this damn weave up my joint. All right, so it's the same thing, right? Every time you brothers are out there and you see a sister that is, you know, doing something that's considered righteous in the scriptures, right? I want you to big up it, right? You know, tell the sister, hey, excellent sister, you look absolutely, you know, beautiful in the spirit, right? Just don't be no creep when you do, right? Just don't be no creep. You know what I'm saying? Come off on a natural way, right? Man, and you know, this is for all sisters, not just the sister that you're trying to get the number to, because this is what I do all the time, or you know, or something like that. You know, just compliment your sister, right? Because who knows if she remembers that, and then the next day she might think that she's gonna put on that wig, but then she remembers that brother that told her, "Hey, man, that I look good right there with that." And you know, she does his, you know, she does her afro up that day, or she does her locks, you know, grease up the locks, and she goes out all natural. Right? That's what we want to do, right? We want to get our people back strong. The most, you know, like when it comes time and people see that our people are taking their identity back, right? When we start to take our identity back, right? Because right now we don't have an identity. If it looks like, man, we're trying to be everybody else but ourselves, right? But when it comes time for us to take our identity back, then we know, right? We're on to something. Next going to be fringes, right? Then next thing you know, everybody's going to be starting to, you know, call on Yahweh, keep the commandments. We might be all start to, you know, rehearse the righteous days together, the Shabbat, so forth and so on. But it starts small, right? It starts small. That's it. I don't got nothing else.
Yeah, Sherelle. So we just wanted to come and kind of just, hey, just have a nice little discussion with you about what's coming, and hey, it's going to become interesting in the next few days and months, boy. I'm telling y'all. I'm sitting back. Look, y'all. I'm probably sad for saying this, but I'm sitting back with the popcorn.
Man, trying to tell you.
Yeah, our people, especially the ones who always try to get away with their ways and everything, that's about to change real quick.
That's right.
Like brother Sam, man, Isaiah 4:1. It's getting ready to come into full effect.
That's right. Stop. Stop liking the Instagram pictures of the girls with the booties out. Right? Just stop it. If you see it, don't put the like on there. Right? We just gotta stop supporting that stuff altogether. Right? It's gonna take strength, right? And this is what faith is about. This is what's keeping the commandments is about. Right? Let the heathens get the likes. Who gives a damn? Right? Let the heathens get the likes or whatever they get. You know what I'm saying? I mean, like I'm not saying you give them the likes, of course, but I'm saying, hey, but for our people, man, we're gonna concentrate on our people. We always concentrated with the other people, and we got to shut that down. Even if you make a compliment, you see a sister, be like, sister, it'll be so much nicer if you was covered up. Maybe I'll be interested in what you had to say. But right now, if you just out there with your cheeks out, you just selling cheeks. That's the only thing we thinking about is cheeks. No brother don't want to hear what you got to say or listen in your mind if the first impression of him is, you with some skimpy outfit on and you got your cheeks out. The gravy train is over. All right, Israel.
Sure.
That's
I was just reading through some of these. Yeah. But hey, Yasharel, again, I want to thank you all for coming on. Continue to spread this so we can get this message out and continue to encourage your brothers and your sisters. Warn them what's getting ready to happen. And you may have to do a little rebuking, but hey, it is what it is. So with that being said, we're going to bid you a hearty Shabbat Shalom.
Stay strong, Israel. Stay strong.
All right.